What is up? Yo. Oh, okay, now you're happy?
Yeah. I just say, hey, welcome back to the channel.
Salutations. Greetings.
We're back,
Okay.
and we have a baby now.
Hold on. Start fresh.
I think he said hi.
Good job, Lynn. High five. That was a high five. I'll take it.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. We have a new member to the family, and that is Flynn. So if you haven't watched any of the pregnancy videos or the video of us at the hospital, make sure you go watch that first. And then make sure you come back to watch this one.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Morgan shared in some previous videos some of the pregnancy journey from her perspective, and we thought it'd be cool to share a little bit of the journey from my perspective as the husband and father of our little boy. Precursor to this, Morgan went through a lot more than I did. I was really just along for the ride. She had to go through all of the hormones, the changes to her body, giving birth, pain, discomfort, not a lot of weird cravings, but she endured a lot of it, and my primary role was to be empathetic above all else. But starting from the beginning, we found out, so we were pregnant, and there's a video on that, and I would say there were some comments that were directed towards me, not in the brightest tone, saying I wasn't excited.
Those are people who didn't watch the video of me finding out. The video, because I feel like if they watch both the video of me finding out that we're pregnant and then me telling you, then they'll understand like that it actually was like so unexpected.
It really was, and it was unexpected but expected. I would say the surprise is that it happened so fast, because we said, all right, we're gonna try and have a kid, and a week later Morgan found out she was pregnant. It was that quick. I thought it was gonna take a little bit longer. There were definitely a lot of emotions though that flood through right out the gate. You're thinking to yourself, okay, this is happening, it's real now. There's a child. Your sense of your instinctive care, I would say, is heightened. All of a sudden, Morgan, who was always precious to me, is carrying another set of precious cargo inside of her. And so I feel like I have double the responsibility to keep her safe and Flynn safe. And on top of that, you're just thinking, like, you almost have like flash forwards of your life, where you're gonna be in 5 years, 10 years, in 9 months, what that's gonna look like. But fortunately, you do have time to prepare for all of that during the pregnancy. First trimester, for me, it's pretty easy.
For me.
Yeah, I mean, most of this for me is pretty easy. However, there are things that, I tried to step up and do and provide support for. Morgan went through some morning sickness. That wasn't fun.
Morning sickness and my emotions.
No, well, you've always been very emotional. But
my first trimester, I cried every single day.
There was a lot of crying. The best thing you can do is probably just shut up and be me.
Oh.
As the husband,
I
like,
knew that's what you were
okay,
saying.
as the husband, just like kind of shut up and listen and be a backboard for those emotions to bounce off of. Definitely don't discredit anything that's going on, because even though Morgan realizes that what she's crying about doesn't make much sense, she can't stop herself, and then it a lot of the time would make her even more upset.
Yeah.
And so you just have to, again, just be empathetic and just listen and just listen. Unfortunately for me, when I'm put in those weird, awkward situations, I sometimes laugh, and I don't mean to. That doesn't help, so don't laugh.
Yeah, that's the worst.
If you're going through those early stages of pregnancy. We got through it, and I would say really beyond that, second, third trimester, I mean, Morgan's starting to go through changes at that point. Physically, emotionally, you started to stabilize.
Yeah, for me the worst parts of pregnancy were the heartburn and the vertigo.
The vertigo was scary. That was definitely, I mean, there's just so many unexpected things that can happen, might happen during pregnancy, and that was something that we just had never heard of. She had never experienced it before. And it was really scary for me because I'm essentially helpless. We drove to the hospital, you know, late at night, and spent 8 to 10 hours there, whatever it was, and still really didn't have an answer, but just went home and got some rest. And fortunately, you know, we both were able to be flexible enough with our schedules that was pretty manageable, and I just had to be her caretaker and step up to the call. Fast forward to, I don't know if that picked that up.
My hand felt that.
A lot of dirty diapers.
Yeah, I'll go change
We'll
it.
speak on that in another video. But she's gonna go change the diaper right now. But yeah, so as the dad, the father, the husband, during the pregnancy period, just know that she's gonna be emotional. She's gonna get maybe more frustrated more easily. Later on, she's not gonna be able to do as much. She's gonna be limited to how much she can move around. You're gonna have to be the lifter, the mover, the person bringing in all the groceries. If you're not already doing that, taking out the trash again. I think you should already be doing that, but if you're not, then make sure you're doing all that stuff so that she can just rest as much as possible. And then during those, you know, few days leading up to delivery or the due date, I mean, Morgan's, you know, wanting to go on walks. She's wanting to go shop and just walk around to kind of see if we can spark it and create some kind of catalyst to make it happen faster or more organically. And so you gotta, you know, expect to be there for her for that. And then there's the nesting stage, which some people really dive deep on. Morgan, I would say, wasn't really nesting until a month, maybe 2 months before. Yeah, I mean, from a guy's angle, there's not a lot aside from just making sure you're there for her, and both emotionally, physically, and spiritually. They're not asking for help. It's because they don't know that they need it. Too many times Morgan probably should have asked for help, and I would have to catch her and tell her, go sit down, let me take care of this. You know, you just need to rest, especially after those couple, she had 2 cases of vertigo. She'd bounce back and try and get right back to work, to whatever she left off on, and just make sure that, you know, you allow your partner to take it easy when she's raising a baby as much as possible, especially in those late stages. Hospital sort of resembles a lot of what happened earlier as far as my involvement goes. We got there and it was pretty hands-off for me. I mean, I was in the room, did not leave the room once for 3 days, but you know, she got induced, so we're there, and it was a good 10 hours of just sitting around, nothing happening, no contractions really, until finally things started to speed up. And when they sped up, I mean, it happened pretty rapidly. I would say that's when it really started to get real for me. Prior to that, I was, yeah, you know, we're gonna have a kid, yeah, it's cool, looking forward to it. There wasn't this like overwhelming excitement that I felt. I knew it was happening and I was ready for it, but once the contractions really started to pick up, that's when, man, like this is really happening now. Support her, be there for her. The 9 months are long, but they go by fast. Everyone's gonna have a different experience, but your wife, partner, she's gonna need you more than she's ever needed you, and that's just the start.
Brandon does a lot for us. Yes, Brandon makes sure that I am hydrated and fed, and
Yeah.
his diapers are clean, and yeah. I don't know how single moms do it, that's for sure. It's for darn tootin'. Single moms, single parents, if dads are the ones having to watch, like, literally, I could not do this by myself.
I mean, I said it before. I mean,
More moms with twins.
Morgan's like an absolute superhero. What she went through and endured to bring this guy into the world, you know, really shows that women are capable of anything.
Even the weak ones, like me. I'm tired, but definitely not as tired as I was when I was pregnant, so I'm feeling pretty good.
I'm more tired than I was when she was pregnant, but...
Because he wakes up like twice in the night for 5 minutes at a time.
Okay.
It's really throwing Brandon for a loop.
It's still tiring. I get it. I'm not trying to say I'm as tired or more tired than you.
I know.
I wouldn't dare. But I am more tired than I was.
So that's pregnancy from Brandon's perspective.
Nothing too crazy.
I would say I had pretty easy pregnancy compared to most women. Or like what you hear pregnancy is like. But it still was not fun. I've said this before, I didn't hate being pregnant, but I love not being pregnant. It's great to not be pregnant because it was not fun.
You're just like so restricted.
Yeah. And everything. What you can eat, what you can drink, what you can do. You can't lift things. You can't you're exhausted every single second of the day.
All your energy is going to making a human.
Yeah. So, yep. This is Flynn Michael Rinchak, made from scratch. So many vitamins and as much healthy food as possible, but also a good amount of McFlurries. So, that's what we got here. Thank you so much for watching. Do you have anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Thank you for watching.
Say bye, Flynn.
See you next time.